Be Wealthy and Smart, episode 1550.
Step into a world of wealth and financial freedom without budgets, boredom, or bosses on Be Wealthy and Smart. And now, here's your host, Linda P. Jones.
Welcome to Be Wealthy and Smart. I'm Linda P. Jones, America's Wealth Mentor, empowering women and men worldwide to financial freedom. On today's show, we're going to ask, what should the age of retirement be? Now, this is a very interesting question because, of course, there's a lot of talk about people working longer, some people feeling that they'll never be able to retire because they're afraid they're going to run out of money. But what I'm reporting on today is a survey that was done by Empower, which polled 1,001 adults on June 2nd. And they asked, what age should you be for retirement? Those Americans surveyed said retirement age should be age 58 on average. Well, the reality is that most men retire at age 64 and women retire at age 62, according to the Center for Retirement Research at Boston College. And even at those average ages, many workers didn't plan to retire. 58% end up retiring earlier than expected, according to a 2024 report by Transamerica Center for Retirement Studies in collaboration with Transamerica Institute. Of those who retired early, 46% pointed to health-related reasons. 43% cited employment issues, and 20% family reasons. Only 21% say they retired early because they are financially stable or able to. Some experts also point to Medicare, which kicks in at age 65 and says you may need to come up with health care to gap that bridge if you stop working at age 58. That's according to Carolyn McClanahan, a CFP and founder of Life Planning Partners in Jacksonville, Florida. Northwestern Mutual's study said that most Americans feel that they need to have $1.26 million in order to be able to retire comfortably. That's down $200,000 from the $1.46 million reported last year as the magic number to retire. Even after all of that, 51% of Americans in Northwestern Mutual's study expect to outlive their savings, and just 16% said that outcome would be very unlikely. Currently, about 2/3 of Americans, or 67%, said they feel confident about their retirement prospects, but that's down 7 percentage points from last year. Interestingly, in a separate report by Wealth Management from T. Rowe Price, they said 2.4 million Americans retired during the COVID pandemic, but about 1.5 million of those retirees had gone back to work by March of 2022. And more than half, or 52% of workers, say they plan to work at least part-time in retirement, according to a March report by the Transamerica Center for Retirement Studies. And about 80% of respondents who plan to work in retirement or past age 65 said it was due to financial reasons. Gloria Garcia Cisneros, a CFP at Lord Murray, an investment and wealth management firm, said some adults simply have a lot of trouble retiring. She said clients have the option to retire but still work a few hours a week at jobs that don't require a lot of them and are not hard on their body and are not for the money. We don't just turn off and then live half our life just doing nothing, she said. Overall, working for slightly longer can be beneficial. By delaying the year you start collecting Social Security benefits, you reduce the risk of outliving your savings. For example, say there's a 62-year-old who earns $100,000 per year, already has $900,000 saved for retirement, and expects to spend roughly $65,000 per year in retirement. If that person retires at age 62, there's a 64% chance they will not outlive their funds in retirement, according to a T. Rowe Price report. But if they retire at age 65 instead, there's a 92% chance they won't outlive their savings. Yeah, so I did a podcast on how to calculate how much money you need to retire so that you don't outlive your savings. It's episode number 1259. It makes retirement very easy to calculate and see how long your money's going to last. I'll put a link to it in the show notes. If you haven't yet subscribed to Be Wealthy and Smart, hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified as soon as new podcasts are available. And all my podcasts are on my website at lindapjones.com/podcasts. And while you're there, sign up for my weekly newsletter for more wealth tips for your financial freedom. That's all for today. Until next time, live the good life and be wealthy and smart.
Thank you for listening to Be Wealthy and Smart with Linda P. Jones. Share the wealth and tell your family and friends about the show. Check out our website, blog, and social media for more riches at www.bewealthyandsmart.com.